lied to the American people, and he said that Mexico was going to pay for the wall 100%.
Naciones Unidas, pero el siguiente, ¿por qué no le llamamos América Mexicana? Se oye bonito, ¿no?
We're gonna send troops into Mexico. That's what Trump threatened. Want to know what Mexico's new president said in response? Just 2 letters that shocked the political world. N-O. Mexican presidents have historically tiptoed around Trump's demands, but Sheinbaum isn't playing that game. Her straightforward rejection marks the most defiant stance a Mexican leader has taken against a U.S. president in recent memory. The political analysts are calling this a turning point. I'm calling it must-watch TV.
Mexico's very popular President Claudia Sheinbaum powerfully asserting the sovereignty of Mexico, wanting to send American troops into Mexico. Donald Trump has still not been able to make a trade deal.
The Orange in Chief thought he could just announce an invasion of Mexico, like he's ordering a taco bowl at Trump Tower. But Trump's plan to send troops over the border hit a wall, and Mexico's President Sheinbaum built it with just 2 letters. No. For years, Mexican presidents played nice with Trump. Remember how the previous guys would nod and smile while Trump ranted about bad hombres and border walls? They'd do that diplomatic dance where they'd promise to look into things and strengthen cooperation, basically saying whatever kept the angry neighbor calm. It was like watching someone try to soothe a toddler mid-tantrum by offering more toys. But Sheinbaum tore up that playbook. When Trump threatened to march U.S. troops into Mexico, she didn't offer excuses or alternatives. She just said no. And political experts are calling it the strongest rejection of a U.S. president by Mexico in decades. It's like when your drunk uncle announces he's moving into your spare room, and instead of making excuses about renovations, you just say, nope, not happening. This response hits different because Trump's been floating this invasion fantasy for years, like it's his favorite bedtime story. Previous Mexican leaders would pretend they didn't hear him or change the subject. Sheinbaum didn't just reject the idea. She reminded Trump that Mexico is an actual sovereign country, not another Trump property he can slap his name on and redecorate.
No circumstances will you be bringing United States troops into Mexico. Mexico's got a very powerful, popular president who knows how to push back. In Donald Trump's first administration, he made the trade deal with Mexico and Canada that he now breached and violated.
Her blunt refusal sent diplomats into a tizzy because nobody expected Mexico to stop playing the yes man role. It's like when the quiet kid in class finally stands up to the bully. Everyone freezes and waits for what happens next. Of course, Trump responded the only way he knows how, by threatening to hit Mexico with 25% tariffs on everything they send to the US. He probably thought Mexico would fold faster than one of his bankrupt casinos. Wrong again, Donnie Diapers. Instead of begging for mercy, Sheinbaum and her team announced their own tariffs on US goods. Economic experts estimate Trump's tariff temper tantrum could cost America 400,000 jobs and $200 billion in GDP. Those pickup trucks his supporters love? Add $3,000 to the price tag. This isn't just 2 leaders trading insults on Twitter. It's a complete reset of the relationship between these countries. Mexico is saying the days of being pushed around are over, and Trump's discovering that his bully routine doesn't work on everyone. The power balance is shifting right before our eyes, and Grumpy Trumpy never saw it coming.
Powerful moment where you see President Claudia Sheinbaum standing up and pushing back against Donald Trump publicly, that she's got their back, and that Donald Trump is never, ever going to bully Mexico.
Just when we thought Trump's Mexico ideas couldn't get more ridiculous, our geography genius now wants to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. I'm not kidding. It's like he thinks he can slap his name on countries the same way he does with hotels and golf courses. This isn't just Trump being Trump, though. It's part of his whole erase Mexico strategy. First the wall, then trying to send troops in, and now he's trying to wipe Mexico off the map itself. It's like watching a toddler with a Sharpie redrawing the globe because he doesn't like the original colors. Most world leaders would just roll their eyes and ignore this nonsense. But President Sheinbaum, she decided to fight stupidity with smarts. When Trump suggested renaming the Gulf of Mexico, she fired back with her own proposal. Maybe we should rename North America to America Mexicana instead. The best part is that while Trump pulled his idea out of his hamburger-filled gut, Sheinbaum came with receipts. She actually cited a document from 1814 that used the term America Mexicana before Mexico's constitution even existed.
Lied to the American people, and he said that Mexico was going to pay for the wall 100%.
Naciones Unidas, pero el siguiente, ¿por qué no le llamamos América Mexicana? Se oye bonito, ¿no?
Talk about a history lesson. Trump probably thinks 1814 was when they invented the Big Mac. Diplomats around the world nearly fell out of their chairs. They're used to Mexican leaders nodding and smiling through Trump's garbage, not throwing it right back with historical facts attached. It's like watching someone finally tell the loud guy at the party that his jokes aren't funny and never were. This wasn't just Sheinbaum being clever for Twitter likes. It was a calculated move showing Mexico won't let the orange turd rewrite their identity or history. The Gulf of Mexico has been called that for over 400 years. But Trump thinks he can just change it, like he changes his stories about paying taxes. Her comeback made Trump look completely clueless about geography, history, and basic international respect all at once. It's a triple crown of Trump ignorance. Political analysts noted how she used humor to completely deflate his balloon of nonsense. The response went viral across Mexico, turning what could have been an insult into a moment when Mexicans stood together. People started sharing the 1814 document online, posting maps of America Mexicana, and making memes of Trump failing geography class.
Donald Trump was trying to bully Mexico as he was trying to bully Canada and the rest of the world. He did a deal with Japan in 2018. Trump is like the worst deal maker ever. No deal, Donald.
It's amazing how Sheinbaum turned Trump's attempt to erase Mexico into a history lesson that made Mexico even prouder of their heritage. What we're seeing with Sheinbaum is a total game changer in Mexico-US relations. Instead of kissing Trump's orange behind like previous presidents, she's showing that standing up to the bully actually works better. Her simple no to his invasion fantasy and her clever America Mexicana comeback have done two things at once: united Mexicans behind her and made Trump look like the clueless fool he is on the world stage. Political analysts are calling this the most assertive stance a Mexican leader has taken against a US president in decades, and a master class in how to stand up to a bully. The big question now isn't if Mexico will cave, it's whether Trump realizes he's finally met his match.